Hello and welcome back. I haven't done a video for quite a while, and this is actually the first time I've been to the allotment in probably about 5 or 6 weeks, and I haven't really got a reason why. There were just a few things that were happening, and I don't know, it just got to the point where it's almost like an anxiety thing. The longer I didn't come down, the harder it was to come down. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but it was difficult with the not being able to use the hose, and then my dad had a stroke, so again other things took priority, and then we started school and college. Well, I didn't start school or college, Chloe and Lucy did. I don't know, and then there was just other things, and as I say, the longer I left it, the harder it was to come down. And I almost felt a little bit sort of anxiety about coming down, which is weird because this is my happy place. This is where I enjoy being, so I don't quite understand why. And now I've hurt my back as well, so I'm actually off work at the moment, but I thought I'd come down. Obviously I'm not doing any jobs because I can't. I've just come to meet Mum, have a little wander around, see what there is, and sort of just make some plans really for what we're going to do in the winter and what we're going to do next year. But I thought I'd just explain why we haven't been here, and just show you what happens when you haven't been here for like 5 weeks. Mum has been down maybe once or twice, but not to do a lot. So it is a bit heartbreaking actually when you think of all the work that you put in sort of through the spring and summer, and then when it actually came to the rewards of that, you've just wasted it really. Apart from the chilies, I mean, look how good these chilies look. So I'm going to pick them and hopefully make some chili jam and maybe some chili sauce, and then dry some as well. But yeah, when I look at things like the cucumbers and the beans that we just never actually harvest. Beans aren't too bad because we'll just use the beans for seeds for next year. But yeah, when it's quite heartbreaking when you come down and walk around and everything that was growing so well then wasn't. Pumpkins and squashes didn't do as well as what I would hope, and I am blaming that on the weather, because if you're in the UK, and I assume probably most of the world, it was a very, very hot summer, with not a lot of water, so it was difficult to keep the pumpkins well watered like we would normally, and they do like a lot of water, so they didn't really get that. So I'm just going to show you a few things, no judging, because it does look a bit bad, some of it, but it means we can only make it look better. So as I said, these are sort of loads of chilies. These are all cayenne chilies, so they're all looking really, really good. The actual chilies, obviously the plant itself isn't, but that's fine because that's ready. These are the razzmatazz ones, so these are quite spicy, these ones. So there's some little ones there. The rest of the polytunnel, yeah, I mean, there's some tomatoes on here. They haven't really been watered in here, even obviously we've had some rain now, but it doesn't rain in the polytunnel, so there are still some green ones. Again, these look so fantastic, and now they don't. The cucumbers, again, see, they sort of grew and then got abandoned. Got a few what are these called, aubergines, that have had a nice little, something's eating them anyway, so that's all right. One thing we have got that's done well is our apple tree. This is just one apple that I happened to pick. Mum picked a load when she came before, but yeah, they're nice big apples and they're really tasty. I don't know what variety the apples are because they were already here when we got here, so I just know they're red and they're nice. I've got all of these calendula, so they flowered really early in the season and then nothing through the summer. And I don't know, I've noticed in my garden as well, is that the flowers are flowering best now than they did through the summer, because it was was just, again, it was just too hot for them. So that's good that I've got them, because I didn't actually pick any to dry. So I'm going to pick some of them, dry them, and then obviously I've got some seeds on there as well, which we save. Let's see if I can show you. Let me turn the camera around. So that's the seed there. So I will save them. So sometimes I save them, other times I just throw them on there, and these will just self-seed and grow back again next year. Still got a few tomatoes we're going to take that look all right. Some of them have split, obviously, because they've not had the water, but some of them are looking all right. And then we've got this. These are supposed to be individual beds, so we need to sort that out a bit. Got some carrots down here, which should be still growing all right. I think they're some parsnips or turnips, I can't remember now. I think they might be turnips. And some beetroot. And then this bed here, so we are going to harvest some of our squashes. So these ones were the ones that did the best. These are the Crown Prince. So there's that one there, and then there's some smaller ones here. So we're going to be harvesting them. And then on the other plot, I'll walk along there in a minute and show you, we've got some more squashes. They're quite small, but they'll still be tasty. So we're going to take them today as well, and we might dig up some, well, I'm not going to dig up anything. Mum's going to dig up some potatoes as well, because we've got a lot of potatoes in the ground. But if I just show you the potato bed, you wouldn't know there was any potatoes there, because the potato plant isn't there. It's just weeds, and Mum is doing some weeding. Let me show you. So this is our potato bed, and these bits here, the bits that look dead, are the potato plants. So this needs a good weed, and then we're just going to cover it over. And then up here, this is supposed to be a path, and then along there, and it's just very overgrown. So Mum's just making a start on digging up some of our potatoes. I can't remember what variety they are. Standard there. I think they're either no, I can't remember.
But they're not premium or Charlotte, because we put, oh, they could be some premium.
They could be premium. Okay, they could be premium. There we go.
And then there was other ones as well.
Yeah, and then Charlotte's we didn't put in the ground. We just put them in pots. And then the other ones were like a red one. And I checked.
You could have a look to see. I might look.
Yeah, I looked before on an old video what they were called, because we ordered the Duke of
York.
Red Duke of York, but they didn't have any, so they sent us a different type.
Big roots here.
Probably from the tree. Right, so we just found a label. See, we do label some things. They were Premier, and they were put in on the 15th of April. So these are our red ones. I can't remember exactly which ones what they're called, but look at them, how amazing they look.
Oh, no, it's a squash sign.
No, it's an old one. Very pleased with them. So I'm just going to walk along slowly to the other plot, just to give you a quick show. I think this also shows that, you know, if you're a beginner or just starting out, it isn't always, things don't always work out, things don't always go to plan. It's very windy today. We've got a yellow warning for wind, so yeah, it's quite windy. But yeah, so just to show that, you know, sometimes you look and everyone's growing all this lovely stuff, and you know, in fairness, we did get some really good stuff early on, but then, as I say, it all went a bit wrong. Mostly, I'm saying mostly because of the weather, and then because of us not coming down, you know. And when I came down here first thing, I've already been on this plot today, I was a little bit disappointed because I thought some of the squashes might have just continued to grow, but I think they just didn't have enough water straight off. So the one good thing that's come out of it is that we have a lot of seeds for next year that we can save. I've got some chickpea seeds because I never got round to, oh, sorry, just changing hands because that arm's aching. I never got around to harvesting my chickpeas. Yes, I never got around to harvesting my chickpeas. So I'm going to use them for seed for next year. I think I could soak them and eat them, but I'm just going to use them for seed for next year. So these pumpkins here were supposed to be giant pumpkins. They didn't really live up to their name, but they are pumpkins. They are orange, and I've got 2 out of 4 plants, but I think they were old seeds. So, and then I've got a Turk's turban, my one and only Turk's turban here. See if it looks like a, yay, look at that. So we're going to be harvesting these, taking these home. I did have a couple of crown prints on here, but I think they've been left there for too long and they've started to go a bit soft. And then this is the rest of the pumpkin patch. Doesn't really look like a pumpkin patch, does it? So there's a couple of butternut squashes there, and a couple of honey bear here. Oh, that one's already come off, so we've got that one. And then there's another one in there. So there's them. And then over here, into a tree, we've got some carrots that have just been in the ground for like ever. I think we put them in like one of the first things. So they're like the Chantenay ones, so they're just little ones. So we pulled that one up. I'm going to pull up the rest. This is my pumpkin arch, everybody. Look at it. No pumpkins, apart from these 2 little ones. But again, they never really got going. I don't know if I didn't put them out early enough. I don't know. But I've got 2 little, either Jackby Little or Juby Little. Can't remember which one's which. And then a little tiny baby boo. And that's it. It's cute though. Not sure how many people that would feed. Not even one, I don't think. And then these are like the beans and stuff. So again, what we're going to do is just leave them on the plant till they go like this, so they dry out, and then we'll save that seed, and that'll be our runner bean seeds for next year. Sweet corn didn't really do much. Again, blaming the weather. Then we've got a little, I can't remember what they're called. I always go to call them a harlequin one, because I bought one like that before. But they're really nice. Oh, they're sweet dumpling ones. Yeah, I mean it's small, but that's quite a nice one. Cut into quarters and roast it. So we've got 2 of them. Another thing that got wasted, unfortunately, because we didn't come and get them, was our raspberries. We have autumn raspberries, but they did seem to fruit quite early. There are some on there which I'm going to pick and we'll have, but a lot of them have gone over. Brussels sprouts are looking all right though. I say they look all right, I think. So there's some, oh, it did focus at first. There you go. So there's some tiny little Brussels sprouts in there. And some colettes that hopefully will get some things. This is the greenhouse. So we did start off a load of seeds, but obviously no one was here to water it, so they all died. Although it's probably great for drying out our garlic, so I need to take some of that home. I've got another load of elephant garlic in the greenhouse as well to take home. And lots and lots of peppers in here. So these are supposed to be peppers rather than chilies, but they don't look very, like these were supposed to be peppers, but they don't look very big, so I'm going to get Craig to try them to see if they are chilies or peppers. And then this is my loofah plant, which needed watering, and it wasn't, so that didn't really produce any loofahs that we can use anyway. So yeah, I've got a lot of peppers to pick, and some more down there. Cabbages are looking all right. Something's been in there eating it, probably slugs and snails, which is a bit annoying. But some of them have got nice firm heads on. So that one, nice cabbage. So we can have some cabbages for dinner. And I don't know, I probably in my last tour talked about this beetroot and how big they were. Well, they never got picked. And now, look at the size of this one. That's the biggest beetroot I've ever grown. I'm hoping it still tastes all right and isn't too woody, but you know, we'll give it a go and see what we get. And then we've got some others that just look like, you know, normal size beetroot. So yeah, I'm going to take that home as well. We've got a few big ones in there, so I need to get them out and clear the beds. Just look at all that. There I was thinking, you know, disappointed because we haven't been down and things have died and stuff, but I mean, that's pretty good really, isn't it? And that's, I haven't got, there's a bucket of potatoes that I haven't got here, but look at all these squash. Chilies, I mean, look at all them. It's amazing. We're actually really chuffed. So that's a little update. But, you know, next year's a new year. Every year we go in it hoping for better. But, you know, sometimes life just gets in the way. So we are going to be planning things that we're going to do for over the winter. Mum's going to start clearing some beds, and then hopefully when my back's better I can come and help. And we're going to sort of get our garlic in and some broad beans. We usually start them off indoors first and then plant them out, and also cover the beds. So we're going to clear them either by clearing like cut and drop, so cut the thing down like maybe the beans and stuff once we've taken them off the pods, and then just leave it and it breaks down. Some of the beds we will cover with cardboard just to stop any weeds, stop any sort of soil erosion and stuff. And then others we put in some green manure as well, so just keeps the soil, again, it keeps it covered. Ideally you don't want any sort of blank bare beds, so you want something on it. So that's what we're going to be doing through the winter. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was only a little sort of update, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.